Continued volatility in the energy markets. We're talking about it all day, but it may mean new buying opportunities for investors. Let's find out if there's some hidden gems in the energy sector. J.C. Waller is portfolio manager at Icon Advisors. He says, yes, it's turbulent right now, but there's still high-value stock to buy. And Brian Hicks is president of Wealth Daily Newsletter. He says there's dozens of power assets available for big discounts. All right, you guys sound bullish. JC, let me start with you. Over the last couple of days, we've seen a number of these energy plays get hit very, very hard because of this pullback in the price of oil and underlying commodities. What do you think? Is it going to go lower from here? JC,
well, you know, one thing we do, Michelle, we don't try to play the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks of the energy markets. We take it from an investor's standpoint, and we look at maybe 1 to 2 years. And just like you mentioned, you know, volatility has been in the energy market, and that's very common in this particular sector. So I think investors, if they could just, you know, buy a well-diversified portfolio of energy stocks, turn off their computer monitors for a year or two, I think they go back and check, you know, they're going to find that energy prices will probably be higher. All
right, so JC, you are long-term bullish. Brian, how do you feel?
I feel the same way. I'm extremely bullish long-term. In the next 9 years, the world has to find an extra 19 million barrels of oil to meet demand as we go from 85 million barrels of oil per day to 103 million barrels of oil per day. That's going to, because of the supply situation is pretty tight, we believe that prices are either going to find a level here between 60 and 65, but long term, they're going up from here.
Okay, you know, we call this segment hidden gems, and the whole mission is to kind of get away from some of those big names that everybody knows and instead drill down into some of these other names that people are less familiar with, and as a result, maybe fewer people are getting involved with and maybe goodbye. So JC, let's start with some of your picks. You like National Oil Well. Why?
National Oil Well is over the Oil and Gas Equipment and Services Group, and at Icon, we're value-based investors first and foremost. In this particular industry group, the Equipment and Services Group, we have trading near 44% discounts to our estimate of fair value. NOV, on the other hand, is still a maybe somewhat of a hidden gem, and we have this stock trading 78% below what we feel it's intrinsically worth. So not necessarily looking at the macro view of things, but looking at earnings and growing earnings out into the future, and then determining what the present value of those are. It's a great discount, and that's what we like at Icon.
Brian, you like Dawson Geophysical.
Yes, as all the major oil companies and the independents look for more oil, they're going to be using 3D seismic surveyors to pinpoint where's the best place to drill. Dawson Geophysical is one of the major players in North America, and their sales are growing like a weed. In 2003, they posted sales of $51 million. Right now, they're currently doing $154 million. Earnings are growing 23%. We think it's trading for about $29 a share right now. We think this time next year, it'll be trading around $44 a share.
I was going to say, because it's been volatile and essentially now almost flat on the year, or since the last 9 months. So you think it's really going to take off in the next year?
Yes, we just got a piece of positive news a couple of days ago. There's some merger and acquisition activity. French Geophysique announced that they were going to take over Veritas, a competitor. So we think that right now these companies are trading at pretty good valuations, enough that there's going to be a lot of merger and acquisitions.
Okay, JC, you also like Anadarko Petroleum. That's pretty well known.
That's pretty well known. Not necessarily a hidden gem, but nevertheless still trading, in our opinion, about 32% below what we have it worth. We have it worth somewhere around $65 a share, and you know, they've made a couple acquisitions, and I think that companies historically have been pretty smart. And like Brian mentions, when we see these kinds of bargains in this sector, it's possible that these companies will continue to look for good opportunities if investors are unwilling to go there.
Well, if you liked it yesterday, you're going to like it even more today, because it's off another more than $1, off 2%, as we continue to see some of these stocks getting hit with this decline in energy prices. Gentlemen, thanks for weighing in on some of these hidden gems, and we'll have to have you back and see how they perform over the next year or so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Liz.
Thank you, Ms.